Well, me. Yeah, that is the result of an engine fire. Thank God I had fire extinguishers. Took 2 of them. There's one there. I don't know where the I put the other one. But that's a lot of hard work. All destroyed. You can see all the gas pooling on the intake manifold right there. You can see that little gas fitting right there that's kind of shiny. I don't know if it broke or if I didn't tighten it down the last time I put the carburetor on. But gas leaked all over the engine and ignited either from a spark or just from the heat. But yeah, to say I'm pissed is a major understatement. Hey, it's Matt here. I'm out in the garage. It's Wednesday. Last time I've been out here to do anything was Sunday, and that's when I lit the car on fire. So I'm going to be doing a little cleanup. One of the things, if you've never used a fire extinguisher, by the way, get some, keep them around. If you've never used one, it's powder. It's not liquid like you see in a lot of movies and TV shows. And that stuff is fairly light and gets airborne. So doing cleanup, have lung protection, respiratory protection available. I will be using a couple of different shop vacs here during my cleanup. And then eventually I'm going to end up pulling the engine because there's some damaged wiring in there that I can't get to easily with the engine in place. Plus, I got to check everything on the engine to make sure nothing else is melted, none of the gaskets got destroyed, stuff like that. So, well, I've been cleaning up here. Some of the stuff is cleaning up pretty decent. I can't get my big shop vac down into that intake manifold to get that stuff. That air cleaner is brand new chrome. It's going to have to be cleaned up, but it's probably okay. However, what's not okay, unfortunately, is my paint. It's hard to tell in the camera here. Maybe back here. Yeah, there you go. You can see where the flames were coming out from under the hood. It's completely black there, and the worst part is going to be the actual hood. I started to clean it off. I don't know if you can see the, yeah, you can definitely see the discoloration there. The hood is toast. It's going to need to get repainted. The metal's still good, but the paint is shot. So we will find out how good my Haggerty insurance is. I just filed a claim. We'll see what they say. Cleanup continues. Well, underneath the car, you can kind of see what happened to my plastic drip pan. It's toast. It was filled with gas and on fire, so obviously it's melted. Transmission's got some singeing. The wiring for that's the reverse sending unit right here. This is the hydraulic fuel lines. You can see the zip ties that were holding them to the transmission have gone. This is the bleeder line. The O2 sensor from the exhaust looks okay. Wiring where it goes up into my floor up there. It's 2 large power wires. One goes to a gauge supply under the dash, and the other one is going to an amplifier. Those are melted. Looks like the wiring might be intact. I think it's just the loom cover that I had on it that's melted. Same thing over here with the, if I can get it to actually focus on the wire. There it goes. Looks like it might just be the loom cover. Under the car damage doesn't appear to be too bad. Hopefully it'll all just clean up. Find out. I don't see any new leaks, so that's a plus. More cleanup. All right, a little more now that I got the floor cleaned up. You can kind of see the burn mark there. Got another burn mark here, and then I got a big giant puddle that was burning. You can see down here on the bottom of the lift where it was really getting it. A little wood rack for my for the drip pan that slides in these rails here is all toasty, but didn't actually ignite the wood. I think a lot of this is just kind of scorch damage. I'm gonna have to do a little looking at my my starter's got fluid on it, which it shouldn't. So looking at the back of that valve cover up there, that's probably where the gas was coming down off the top of the engine. But I will have to look and find out. Engine is definitely coming out. Transmission's gonna be coming out. And that way I can inspect for more damage. All right, so cleanup has completed. I'm gonna have to do more cleaning once I get the engine out. As I mentioned earlier, there's some damage to the paint on the fenders. The cowl, you can see it right there. The hood definitely got fried in a couple of spots. All of the mechanical parts on the car are in okay shape. Most of the fire extinguisher powder is all out of here. Everything, like the plug wires are still intact, that's good. Carburetor, I haven't pulled the air cleaner off yet, but it's still intact there. The cables, the throttle cable, both for the cruise control and the throttle itself are fine. Most of the wiring that I can see on the firewall is still intact, although some of the electrical tape or the wire loom covers that were on it are damaged, but the wiring looks all good. all the hard parts are good, so I lucked out there. Got the fire out quick enough that the mechanical parts are all okay. Even though the hood and fenders need paint, thank God my chrome is still, my brand new chrome is all still in good shape. And on the upside, I mentioned that I was insured with Hagerty. They got back to me about 40 minutes after I filed the claim online, called me, talked to me for a little bit, and because of the policy that I've got with comprehensive on the collector car with an agreed value, they're covering the damage. So they're going to send an adjuster out here in a couple of days to take a look. I'm not worried about the mechanical stuff. I will repair that. The electrical, the one thing that I filed the claim for, I mean, you can see it right there, is the paint. That's something that's not something I can do. So paint and body, everything else, all the rest of the damage I will fix myself. So big step backwards, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Keep fire extinguishers handy.